Hi, Kim here from Able Recruitment. I'd like to have a quick word with you about something which is a really hot topic at the moment, and that is the skill shortages in insurance, particularly in broking. For us as recruiters, this is a conversation that we've been having for a long time. We've seen it coming for several years, and it's no surprise that we're in this place that we're currently in. However, if this is not what you're doing all day, every day, there are a lot of people who have been caught by surprise and they're feeling the pain of these skill shortages, particularly in broking, as I mentioned. So I'd like to quickly talk about how did we get here and what can we do about it. How did we get here? Well, there's lots of contributing factors. We can look at the fact that several jobs have been offshored that used to be the entry-level roles. So there's now no easy way into insurance. Insurance has never been a sexy industry. That's something that we joke about all the time, but what have we actually done about that as an industry to change our reputation? Not very much. We have had a situation where you think about the women coming into the industry, they get to a point where they're really good at their job, they're just getting competent, hitting their stride, and then they're at the age where they want to go off and have a family. And so those women have quite often left the industry altogether, sadly, because we've just not been able to offer them what they're looking for in coming back to work. They've wanted part-time, they've wanted flexibility, they've wanted the opportunity to continue to do what they're good at, what they're trained at, what they're qualified in, whilst also looking after their young family. And we just haven't had a solution that anybody's been prepared to talk about or to offer. For the most part, there've definitely been some that have, but for the most part, that's not something that we've been able to give them. We have also had a lag from when FSR first came in, and it suddenly was a requirement that people needed to be qualified. Lots of brokers would quite often get somebody in, train them up, get them qualified, and then just as they were becoming productive and paying for themselves, the guy down the road would pinch them for an extra couple of grand, and off they went, and lots of people quite rightly were annoyed by that and said, well, I won't do that again. And so then we start this perpetual cycle of must have experience, and we just go cycling the same people around the industry. So that's just a few of the factors that have contributed to this situation that we're currently finding ourselves in. Then you add to that all the things that have happened in the last 12 or so months with the pandemic. People who have wanted that flexibility, not just the working mums, but lots of people actually want that flexibility that their employers quite often are now giving them. So we've got some employers who are right on board, they've embraced the new way of working, and that's resolved some of the issues that were pre-existing. And the people who don't have that, or don't have that with their employer, they, for the majority, they still would really like that and are looking for some sort of flexibility, ability to work from home part of the time. It's almost like a standard expectation now. It's what we're hearing from pretty much every candidate that we speak to when they ask about a company or a job. One of their questions pretty much is always, what's their work from home policy? What flexibility is there? It's just every single time. So now here we are with more jobs than there are people who are qualified, experienced and prepared to fill those jobs. What do we do about that? Well, there are a few different things that you can do, and none of them are easy. Some of the things that I've seen my clients doing is increasing salaries. It's actually harder now to find an assistant account exec than it is to find a senior account exec, and salaries really are going up in that field. The other thing you can do is really ask some of those hard questions. Can you offer some flexibility? Can you offer some remote working for people? And don't just think about this in terms of bringing people into the company, but think about this more in terms of retention. You want to keep your staff and not have them lured away because they're all going to be targets in this current environment. I'm definitely going to recommend that you talk to us at Able Recruitment. We're specialists in the insurance industry. This is what we do all day, every day. We've got the contacts and the networks. We're following up with people. We've got the inside run on who's ready to make a move. We're still working harder than ever to try and identify and find and convince those people to make that move, but we're in a very good position to do so. Definitely in a better position than someone who doesn't recruit all the time or doesn't recruit for insurance all the time. Something else that we may be able to help you with is we get referrals from people who we know who trust us to look after the people that they know who may not have insurance experience. So we've got a whole database of people who've been recommended to us who might have a degree in something, or they might have worked in the travel industry, for example, would be a good one, or someone that's in life or super, where they don't have the direct skills for the roles that we're looking for, but they have some transferable skills. We've got people in the industry whose children are sort of 20, 21 and wondering about what are they going to do, and we get referred those candidates as well. So if you are thinking about putting the investment in and training somebody up, we'd love to help you with that as well. Whichever way you choose to deal with this, all the very best. I hope that we find our way through this pretty soon, and I'll talk to you next time.